Now, where the Mayor Retief Odendaal has assured residents of a plan to tackle the water crisis in the metro. Today, he gave an update on how the city will improve water supply. Siphosethu Booi was there, and she's standing by to give us a debrief of sorts. So there is a plan in place. What's the big idea, Siphosethu?
Yes, definitely, Dudu. Good afternoon to you. And like you mentioned, that the mayor did hold a media briefing this morning, speaking to us about what the plans in place are for the metro, including that the Chelsea Reservoir currently sits at 9%, while the Guanabuhle Reservoir sits at 8%. And just behind me, we are at the Park, St. George's Park, where the media briefing was held. And just behind me, I'm just going to ask my colleague to just show you what is behind me. Of course, this is the water pump station, a newly built water pump station that will be pumping the water straight to the water treatment site, straight to the residents of Nelson Mandela Bay. And of course, the Mayor Retief Odendaal also mentioned the fact that he's quite concerned about the state of the critical issue of the water shortage in the metro. And this is what he had to say.
What worries us, worries me and the team, is that unfortunately there's been cost escalations because the project has gone beyond the timeline where it should have been fixed. Obviously there was revised cost estimates. It's now standing at 300 million rand. And now the reality is we are asking ourselves, if we invested that 300 million rand in some of our water reticulation infrastructure that needed to be replaced, would the saving in water through water losses not possibly have been more than the 9 to 10 megalitres that we are now going to get finally through this project? Anyway, the horse is bolted. We have to continue with that project, but it shows us one thing. That is what we have to be far more circumspect as to where we invest our money, to make sure that we get absolutely 100%, 100 cents out of a rand value for money, and that we invest in the right infrastructure.
Furthermore, Duduzile, the Water and Sanitation Director, Mr. Joseph Tsatsir, had further explained the issue of the water color. Some water looks a bit brown, doesn't look healthy, but that water is also safe to use, but it's just an issue of the water still needing more treatment. So if residents do come across the water in their glasses looking a different color to the normal water they're used to, that water is also healthy for usage to the residents of Nelson Mandela Bay.
Siphosethu Booi, thank you very much for that update.